to have you guys here. This is a culmination of a 2-year project to bring together some music that I love to hear and nobody plays anymore. So I figure, well, I guess we'll have to play it ourselves. That's what we can do. So this is all about coming together, okay? I don't think there's anybody in here who probably hasn't had some kind of trouble over the last year or two. Whether it's a loved one that's gone missing, or maybe you've lost your family fortune, or maybe some guy crashed into you out on the highway, whatever, things go all ahead. And so, how do you get over these things? The only way to do it is you have to get together and overcome these kinds of problems. It's trouble and together. You got the troubles, you got to come together. That's all there is to it. So that's where all these tunes are coming from. These are all my influences, my musical influences over the past 60, 70 years, whatever it is. And I want to be able to recognize these and give us some space and have some fun. So we're going to open with a couple of tunes that are about romances that have kind of soured and things that have kind of gone awry. And that's trouble that we've all faced, right? At some point in the time, you get, things that don't turn out right, so we can't help that. So I think it's time we get underway here.
Yeah, I used to love
Thank you very much. The first one was by the Youngbloods. The second one was by Moby Grape. When I was first putting together this the list of tunes I wanted to work with, I knew I wanted to get one or two Moby Grape tunes in there. I only got one on the show. I thought, well, I want to do 805. So as I'm collecting people to work on the band and be part of this show, I said, well, here's the kind of tunes we're looking at here. And so I sent a message off to Chuck and said, well, one of the tunes we're looking at is 805. And he runs back and says, well, you know, it's kind of funny about 805. It's when he was in college, he had a record player, and that record player was plugged into an old-fashioned mechanical like wall timer to turn it on at the right time. And he had his record player queued up to play 805 when his alarm was supposed to go off. And the first sound you put on your first iPhone was 805. Yeah, so it's still 805 still rings in Chuck's life after all these years. All right, we're going to switch things up a little bit here, get a little bit more meaty here. Do a tune from Jeff Beck's second album, little number called Plinth. And the reason I love this is one of the first two albums that Jeff Beck did, so it has Ronnie Wood on the bass. And if you haven't listened to how Ronnie Wood changed how blues bass, how playing that changed with his approach to blues bass, it just it revolutionized things. Went from a very kind of a more formal process to being something with more melodic tones to it and things like that. But this is one of the tunes that for me it was, you know, coming home, not first thing in the morning, but coming home after school in the afternoon and needing something to put on that would help clear my head from the, oh my God, calculus. So anyway, here we go.
I
Thank you. The Freshwater Choir, Abby and Anna and Phoebe Sheldon. Well, I gotta tell you, it's a joy riding around in a car with the three girls. We all get going. It's like we pity anybody who gets in the car with us sometimes. We've been covering some good old-fashioned, rock and roll and blues kind of stuff here. We do like kind of a blues boogie here. This blues boogie is kind of loosely based on an old Canned Heat boogie that I learned when I was a kid. Bass Taylor for Canned Heat was bass player for Canned Heat was Larry Taylor, and he basically his solo on this was the first bass solo I ever learned. It's like, well, you got to play a solo at some point. I'll try playing that one. And then I relearned how to play it about 30 or 40 years later. I thought, oh, it's much easier when you play it the right way. But anyway, so we're gonna boogie a little bit here, and after this we're gonna switch out to some jazz feeling kind of stuff and keep going through my various influences. in 1970, 71, I guess. I was looking to rent an apartment in Cambridge, and Abby and Abby was with me looking at the apartment, but anyway, it was for our first apartment. And we walked into this little apartment, and the person living there was a person named Eldo Baumeister, which is a name you don't forget, apparently. Apparently she's a Canadian jewelry designer these days, but anyway, she had on her record player, this little KLH portable record player. She had this record that was playing. It was Miles Davis's In a Silent Way, and I'm a guy coming from Led Zeppelin and early, early kind of, who are those guys? Grateful Dead. I've heard of those guys. Right. So coming from all that kind of background, and very heavy, and and getting into this thing, what the heck is this all about? So that started me on a long path of starting to appreciate Miles Davis stuff, which got me, of course, into other kinds of things the way music does it. The Coyote was basically that's the time when a guy named Jaco Pastorius came along and said, I don't need these frets on my bass. Let's rip these things out of here. Let's just do without those. And started making all these great sounds and harmonics and stuff, and basically, revolutionized by doing all kinds of things that nobody had ever really thought to do much of before. And so that kind of stuck with me as another, kind of some of the influence that helped me as a bass player think, oh, because when I first heard Coyote going on, I was like, what is he doing that? How does he make those sounds? Who is making those sounds? And then when I figured out, I was like, oh, it's actually a lot easier than it sounds once you figure it out. But it's pretty tricky. So anyway, we're going to move on to, I have to change my bass here. Actually, I'll mention a couple things about this bass. This is a bass that was made for me by a guy named Jim Stinnett, who was a teacher at Berklee College of Music that I met actually through Michael. I got Michael's mailing list, and he was going to be a teacher at the first New Hampshire Bass Fest, which was about, 20 years ago or something like that. 30 years? I don't know, it seems forever by now. Anyway, and Jim Stinnett was a guy, he passed away a couple of years ago, but he put on the Bass Fest for like 10 years, and had these, every few months would have a bass workout where you go and, just play your brains out. He was a relentless, brutal teacher that a lot of guys hated, because he's relentless and brutal, wanting you to learn how to do a good job. But anyway, so one of the last basses that he made was this one for me. And he always had a new challenge for me. Every time I came to the end of a workout, he was like, oh, Jim, I want you to work on this next. And he left me with this bass. So it's here with me all the time now, and challenging me to go farther. So we're going to go on ahead here with, next one is, we got any Frank Zappa fans here? I was afraid of that. Anyway, so please don't be too critical. Deathless Horsey is a piece that I think originally appeared in Joe's Garage a long time ago. We're going to be doing a version of it that was done by the 1984 band, Frank Zappa's, with the fabulous bassist Scott Tunis, who basically, in the 88 Zappa band, he was put in as musical director because Frank was sick and tired of dealing with all these crazy musicians. And it didn't really work well because, for some reason, bass players don't get much respect from the rest of the band. I don't know why. Is that a problem in this band? I don't know. No. I'm overall set of that. That's why we have two. Yeah. So, that's right. And so I really appreciate Michael's being here because, I sang a lot when I was a teenager. And I didn't sing at all until like a couple of years ago when I went to the Vermont Blues Retreat. And they said, anybody want to sing? And I thought, sure, I'll give it a shot. What the heck, And I thought, I kind of like that, But it's really hard. Bass playing and singing at the same time is really impossible because if you listen to Sting, you say, oh, he's a bass player. He sings. No. He goes do, 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 and then sings a line, and then do, do, do. It's never at the same time. So it's really... So that's one of the reasons I have Michael here. So when I have to sing and you see me stop playing and the bass somehow miraculously continues, that's because of my good friend Michael. That's how applause for Michael is. Being so flexible is to be able to jump in when my hands stop moving and to look over, So we're going to do Deathless Horsey. We're going to follow this up with an Ornette Coleman piece. That is the kind of stuff that, if it sounds like it's too clean, we're doing it wrong. Time, tempo, all this stuff is strictly optional in a lot of Ornette Coleman stuff. It's a tough one because this is one. A lot of you may know that Joe Moore passed away. Joe was one of the core people in the band. He really helped me think through what kind of a sound I wanted and things like that. And we did one rehearsal on this, and we come out of rehearsal, and Paul and Sucker are like, I don't know, man, that sounds pretty ragged. And Joe's like, no, it's Ornette Coleman, that's the way it's supposed to be. I was like, yes, you're the man, okay. So anyway, so we're going to do a couple of crazy things here, and then after those we'll take intermission. Now, when it's intermission time, not to give you too many instructions, but it's intermission time, if you haven't registered to vote, please do so, because it is really important these days, okay? And also, this is not like any kind of a guilt trip or anything like that, but we have the people from the Humane Society here collecting donations, because if we're looking to bring people together with peace, love, and understanding, what's better for that than puppies and kittens and bunnies, right? Okay, so, and if not, the Chittenden County folks, how about your local one if you're not in the area here? But anyway, it's worth thinking about. So, anyway, so here we go with Temple Sports. Thank you. Now, did you all notice? Did you relax and did your breathing change? Because that is a very powerful piece. I find when I'm in the bathtub and turn some music on, I find myself the water in the bathtub starts fluctuating along with the music. Because when you breathe, you don't necessarily breathe inhaling and exhaling equally. They're not the same length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 is just anti-human, you know. So odd things like a double 5 tempo, that kind of thing really helps you with your breathing. That's what we're going to do. All right. This is a tune. The featured bassist on this was Charlie Hayden, who was Ornette Coleman's. It's shining in somebody's face. I'm so sorry about that. I can't see who they are, but anyway. Charlie Hayden was basically Ornette Coleman's favorite bassist because they could think together without looking at each other or anything. And it was a crazy relationship. And this piece, Law Years, was the piece that when I heard this, I thought, you know, I'm just going to have to learn how to play one of those big things. And I actually did finally learn how to play it on the big thing, and I don't have it with me tonight because it's a real workout to play a big bass. Anybody who tell you different otherwise is just wrong. But anyway, so let's see if we can make a Law Years happen for you. If it sounds kind of crazy, that's the way it's supposed to be. Bye.